Thank you, Honourable Speaker. It is good to see the CS for lands. As you're aware, we have very many pending questions for her ministry. So this is question number 43. Could the Cabinet Secretary disclose the current holders of the title deeds for the parcels of land registered as number 1 LR number 18282 in Kasarani constituency, which comprises 1,000 plots allocated to squatters in 1989 through a government squatter resettlement scheme, LR number 209/4844/124 brackets 619/33 in Makadara constituency, which was designated for use by the Mbotela Charcoal Dealers Self-Help Group, and lastly LR number 78/811 in Makadara constituency, which was designated for the Buruburu Phase 5 Community Playground. B, what is the ministry doing to safeguard the rights of the legitimate owners of these parcels of land and to address reported cases of fraudulent claims and encroachment in respect of the said parcels? Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Very well. Honourable CS, you can answer that first question. Question number 043.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Directed by the former chair. Maybe you didn't need to read this document verbatim. It's a big volume. So maybe you can paraphrase and go to exact points where you think the member for Nairobi will be able to understand. And also you can help Yambit to know whether maybe he is satisfied or not, then also it is important, since he also has familiarized himself with the response. Proceed, Honourable CS.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. I think the volume is because of attachments that are quite a number. The first question by the Honourable Senator for Nairobi, Edwin Sifuna, my response, Honourable Chair, to save time, I will not repeat the question, is that I would like to state as follows: LR number 18282, measuring 7.1668 hectares, originally formed part of LR number 11344, measuring 277 hectares. It was registered in the name of City Council of Nairobi. In 1992, the City Council of Nairobi leased that number, that land parcel 18282 to Messrs. Broadway Limited. That was in 1992. The land was leased for a term of 9 years, with effect from 1st of April 1992, at an annual rent of 88,000. And we put the lease document as an annexure to this response. Honourable Speaker, the lease document between the City Council of Nairobi and Broadway was registered at the Land Titles Registry at Nairobi on 30th August 1993. On the same day, 30th August on 30th August 1993. There is a challenge there. The property was charged in 1993, Honourable Chair, to Kenya Commercial Bank Limited for a sum of 10 million, and we put the charge document showing the status in terms of that borrowing by the Broadway Limited. On 26th of September 2024, the State Department for Lands and Physical Planning received a letter from the Director Assets Recovery Agency stating that the agency was conducting investigations into suspected case of money laundering in respect to, I believe, of the company that is the registered owner of this parcel, one on the properties in question, and the parcel number was therefore put under caution or restriction under Section 76. Honorable Chair, we have put in the letter in respect of that request by the Assets Director for Assets Recovery, and therefore the property is still registered, however, in the name of Broadway, because the question in terms of asset recovery was about investigations into money laundering aspects by the company. I want to state that that is the current status of that parcel, and we have not yet lifted the restriction, and because no request has come, I believe the investigations in terms of in respect of money laundering are still going on. That is the respect. I believe that was the last question in that respect. I don't know whether the Makadara one. I'll wait for. Yeah.
Thank you, Cabinet Secretary. Senator Sifuna, supplementary question.
Speaker, my proposal is that the CS should move to part B of the question, then we take the supplementary answers, questions from there. There is a part B there of the same question. What is the ministry doing to safeguard the rights of the legitimate owners of these parcels of land and to address reported cases of fraudulent claims and encroachment in respect of the said parcels?
I thought I clarified in the last part of page 3 of my response, where I say that the role of the ministry is to register land rights or allocations forwarded by the county government or any other authority or individual owner, and therefore I believe in respect of the Buruburu parcel, the property, the parcel is for community land use or community use for public use. It's an open ground. The other two are actually privately owned. So therefore, if I do not then see what else Honorable Senator requires me to do. I thought the main concern is whether they are still held, how the holding, the property held, that do I am able to demonstrate the registered owners. And then the last one is in the name of Nairobi City Council. Basically, it's an open ground, and obviously it can be subject of encroachment. It can be, but as of now, it remains, and our records show that it is an open land. These are the kind of properties that get grabbed, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Sifuna.
Yes, Waziri, that was exactly what my concern is. And I was going to request that there is what the ministry knows in the office, that this plot in Buruburu Phase 5 is an open ground, but then there is what is on the ground itself. I was going to request, Honorable Speaker, that the CS dispatches officers from her office to go and ascertain whether the position that she has reported here about the piece of land remaining an open land, a play area for the residents, is actually factual on the ground. Because we are looking at her ministry. When we see encroachment there, some of these people move around with pieces of paper purporting to be from the ministry. And I am sure you have anti-fraud measures that you've put in place as a ministry. So the residents are expecting that you come through for them as a ministry to curb what is actually happening on the ground. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Sifuna, the said ground in Buruburu, is it ground vested on Nairobi City Council, or it's still held by the ministry?
Honorable Speaker, you can see from the response that it is open ground and it is vested in the City County of Nairobi. But that is the reason why we come to the ministry. This CS, we have interacted with her on many properties in Nairobi, including Tomboya Social Hall. and her ministry was very, very instrumental in ensuring that the people of Nairobi get back that property that is leased. Most of these problems, I admit, come from the county government of Nairobi, and we depend fully. Our only hope is actually in the Ministry of Lands, because the county is the originator of the problem. They are the ones who issue these allocations, and we depend on the ministry to set the record straight about the ownership of some of these parcels. I thank you.
To set the record straight or to assist in making sure that it remains with the City Council of County. Yes, well, please proceed.
Yes, thank you. I think...
Point of clarification. Yeah, what's your point of clarification?
I just wanted, Speaker,
can we
to respond to the Honourable Senator in respect of his
what
question.
What clarification are you seeking for? Because it's a question raised by Senator Sifuna. She needs to respond. From Senator Sifuna. Then you will wait and ask your supplementary question.
No, it's not a question. It's a clarification. There are two different
Yes, let's allow him. We hear. What is your clarification?
My clarification is in her answer, she says that the role of the ministry is to register land rights upon determination by the county government. So my clarification is that open area, has it been given other land use? Maybe it has been allocated to somebody else. That's why I wanted clarification.
Proceed, Captain Secretary.
Yes, for record purposes, the Hansard can capture that this land remains an open ground. In terms of our records, there is no request for any other transaction to be registered. However, I asked my teams yesterday to give me a ground report, which I don't have yet. I can dispatch that to the Honourable House once I receive it. But it is true, I also requested for the ground report. So that really is the situation. And I don't know whether there is encroachment, but even if there is any encroachment, it will be an irregular encroachment without any title.
Senator Sifuna, do you have another supplementary question?
Yes, Waziri, on this very critical point of public participation that has been raised by the Senator Nyutu, you are aware, Governor, CS, of an ongoing housing program at Makongeni, and the residents of Makongeni have asked me to ask you, when will you sit down with them to be able to take them through that public participation for that project? They are facing eviction as we speak. There have been protests there. They say nobody in the ministry is listening to them. Is it not possible, Waziri, for you to honor those people by just having a sit down with them to iron out the things that have not been clarified so that the project can proceed? Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Let me first also say there is no project that we do without public participation. It is possible that it could be argued, was it sufficient or not sufficient, but we do thorough public participation, starting with the persons being affected by the project, that is the PAPs. Those are our first priorities. Of course, the neighbors also are entitled to public participation, and therefore I want to confirm if Senator Manzo, there is an indication that we have not done sufficient public participation, we will go further and do more public participation. I'm also, Honourable Speaker, being invited by the Senator for Nairobi to honor the people of Makongeni. I believe here, this is one of the places we have done a lot of public participation. But it appears that there is still need, because I know it's a huge project, and there are many people being affected. There is still need to engage them further. We will do that, Honourable Senator. Maybe we can do that in January, or if my department, the State Department, is able to do in December, we can do that, but we could sort it for January.
Yes, Senator Sifuna.
Speaker, I really appreciate that offer from the CS. Maybe she could be kind enough now to direct her ministry that the threatened evictions be put on hold until we have that conversation, because CS, you'll agree with me, it will be pointless to discuss the matter in January when all these people have already been kicked out. Kindly.
Is the eviction an order from the court or from the ministry?
No, because the current residents needed to give way for the project. They had already been given those notices to leave.
I think projects are ongoing along that place, and therefore I may not be able to withdraw or to ask my department to withdraw. It is important that I take consultation. I believe that we have, previously we have extended the notice. In fact, I think they have been on notice the whole of this year, but we will engage them as soon as possible so that we can see how we can intervene. Maybe what we can do is to expedite the public participation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cabinet Secretary. I think we have come to the end of question and answers.